Alrighty, we're gonna do a couple little shooting here. Tell which way the wind's blowing there by the flag. People tell me I need to get a new flag. I have a new flag. I'm not putting it up till the country gets better. So that's why my flag is tattered and torn, because that's the state of the country right now. And that's what it looked like back during the revolution, back when we decided enough's enough. So my flag's staying like that till our country gets back in. And that's for America, the people watching me in different countries. Maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. Alright, this is telling me I'm going to be shooting out in this area out here. There's no animals, it's kind of open area. So I just want to try to get this speaker to the winds behind it. And I think that's good about right there. So let's see if I'm in camera. Alright, so I'm teaching a couple classes in, on shooting, and I've noticed I've covered this and I've taught mainly women, and they just, for some reason, they like to get their hand around here, and I don't know why that is. It's a bad practice. I tell them, when you grip a gun, you grip high on the back strap, 3 fingers is your grip, and this finger stays off the trigger. This hand comes right up underneath there, and then this thumb wraps down over that gun. Now you can either go, again, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs forward. I don't care how you do it, but the thumb back here does a few things. 1, it gets a slide when it's going to hit you. 2, it makes your grip. Notice how I don't have any fingers underneath the gun. I want power underneath this gun right here to hold and prevent this recoil. If I have hands here, I can get that control. If I just have fingers, because my hand is way back here, it does me no good for this second hand if I'm way back here and my thumb's around here. For some reason, people want to hold a gun from the rear. Maybe it's psychologically to stop it from coming forward. This second hand stops the barrel from raising. It stops. I'm pointing my gun at my house. Nobody's in the house, so we're good. So when I come here, I come with this hand. This hand helps hold the gun down. Now this gun is loaded, but it's on safe. I don't even know if you can see in the barrel if there's a little bullet in there. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. It's on safe. When I draw this gun, I click the safety off. So this safety's here. 1911, when you draw it, you go down, that takes the safety off. When it's up, it doesn't allow the slide to go back, and it stops the trigger from firing the gun. Again, it's a mechanical safety, so all safeties can fail. So what I want to do is I just want you to notice the recoil on this gun, how I hold a gun. We're going to fire a couple rounds. I'm going to show you what a double tap is and how a single tap with a single shot. Single shot is 1. When training and shooting, I always teach, most cops, most law enforcement, you shoot twice. You don't shoot once. The odds of you missing is too high. The odds of you hitting your target exactly where you want. The only ones that shoot once are usually snipers. They're in a stationary position. The gun is set. They've got plenty of time. They're not confronting somebody. Again, a rifle is an offensive weapon for you to initiate contact, for you to search and destroy. A pistol is a defensive weapon. It's when you get caught up and you're in close quarters. It's not the optimum gun to use against somebody. It's more of a close-in personal protection thing. So a rifle will take single shots because you're at an advantage, you're at distance, you can shoot further, it's more accurate. A pistol, you're closer, it's less accurate. When you're shooting a pistol, it's always double tap, and I'm going to show you what double tap should be. I'm going to show you what I think people think are double taps and what I think is a double tap. So, put your ears on. People are going to say I don't have eyes on. Eyes with these ears right here for this purpose of talking. I left my sunglasses in there. I should have eye protection when you're shooting a gun. However, in an oh shit situation or in a crisis, you're not going to have eye protection. You may or may not have it. So if you've never shot without eye protection and you don't know what's going to happen when a little bit of powder blows in your eye, or if a shell catches the wind and blows back on you, I don't think it's going to affect you in a crisis because you're going to be in fight or flight and all your senses are going to be down. But Eye protection is more for ranges where you've got targets close, you've got ricochets. If you're in a big open area, I don't even know if hunters wear eye protection or not. I mean, they might use sunglasses, but I know if you're at a skeet range, they use eye protection because you're at a range. And it's where a lot of people are shooting, there's a lot going on. But when you're out by yourself and you're shooting at a target, the odds are you may or may not have eye protection, so you should be able to shoot either or. Now, this is the gun that I normally carry when I'm running around town or whatever. If I don't have this gun, if I don't have a shirt or something where I can cover this up, then I won't carry this, because then I don't want people knowing. But when it's getting colder and it's cooler, I carry this gun so nobody really knows I have a gun, and if I want a gun, I have to go get it. Now the other gun that I carry is on my ankle, and I don't know if you can see that. It's a little pistol, and this is the 357 Airlight. Again, it's got an enclosed hammer, so when I pull the trigger, there's no hammer. I can shoot this inside my cloth. It only holds 5 rounds, but again, this is what I call a gut or a neck close quarter. I'm going to shove it in your gut and pop off as many rounds as I can, shove it in your neck, do what I need to do. So this is the other gun that if somebody knows me, they'll know I'll be carrying. I've either got this one usually in my ankle or this one in my hip. Depending on where I'm going, I may have them both. This one I can shove in my pocket. I can just lay this right in this little pocket in here if I wanted to, and not too many people know I have it. It's a little bit weight, but it's in there. I can shove it in my front pocket if I want. I can leave it hanging out. So let me put this back on my ankle, and then we'll fire off a couple of rounds so you can see a gun. And there's plenty of videos out there if you want to watch a gun firing. I'm just going over some things that I kind of want to make sure. So I'm going to take this off safe, and I'm going to fire around just like this so you can really see what's happening. And the thing that you're looking for is this trigger should not move when I pull this trigger, and you're going to see the jerk and the movement. Now this is a 45. Most people's going to tell you a 45 is a big, mean, powerful gun. You don't want to shoot it. They'll be trying to talk women into getting little 380s and 25s. Look, I know a lot of women that carry 45. You women can shoot a 45. Don't be talked in that you can't. It's going to kick a little bit more. You're going to have a little bit tighter grip. You're going to have to know what you're doing a little bit, but it's not like it's going to blow up in a big cannon. So I'm just going to fire around right here so everybody can see it. We're going to watch a slide come back. This trigger's going to drop. When this trigger drops, it's going to make the firing pin hit the bullet. The bullet's going to fire. As it explodes, it's going to push this slide back. It's going to recock it and set me up for another round, and all that's going to happen in less than probably a half a second. Okay, you ready? I'm going to go ahead and shut my eyes because normally I don't have a gun like this. But you just watch the gun here. Ready? Make sure I'm not shooting anything. And here we go. Pretty quick. Not the end of the world. You didn't see my hand go all the way back. I wasn't screaming and everything. That was a simple 1-round 45 out of a 1911. This happens to be a Springfield. But and you saw the round eject, and it put a new round in there. Pretty quick. Now that's considered a single tap. If I shoot a gun, only time I shoot single is when I'm sighting in a gun. I want to make an accurate shot. I want to make sure where I hit, and then I'm going to squeeze off a round. And that's a single shot. Again, I teach new shooters, lock that elbow so you can take that recoil, so you can feel it. You saw me just shoot at what I call a low or high ready. If I draw my gun, I need to be able to shoot here. If I need to get off 2 rounds right here, I need to be able to get off 2 rounds quick. If somebody's closing on me, I need to get off. I need to be able to get off rounds. That's what I consider a double tap. When I shoot a gun, I double tap 2 times. That's the way we train in cops. That's the way you train in military. You want to double tap your target. Single rounds, you don't want to have your gun on a single round because you may miss. Double tap does 2 things. One, if you're on target, you put both rounds on target. If you're off target on the first round, maybe your second round is going to hit target. It doubles your odds of hitting your target at least once if you shoot twice. If I shoot several times, that's okay too. In a in a real crisis where there's multiple targets or I'm really scared, you can shoot multiple times. I'm not sure what my time is here. Hang on one second. All right, I'm at 10. There's some case law out there where cops shot a guy in a police car and he was handcuffed. And there was this big outcry that he couldn't hurt him and there's no reason they should have shot him like, I don't know, 12 times. There was 2 cops and both of them pulled out their gun. And they just opened up on a guy. Well, when you do that, what the courts found is the cop wasn't trying to kill the guy and just go overboard. It actually showed the fear in the cop's mind, and that's why he shot multiple times, not because he wanted to shoot the guy multiple times. So it goes, and if I'm yelling, I have ears on because I'm used to yelling on the range so people can hear me. So it may seem like I'm yelling at the camera because I probably am. So I'm going to go ahead and notice this gun locked to the rear on the last round. That tells me that I need to reload. Now we'll get into reload and tactical reload and strip and all that later, but I'm just going to put a few more rounds in here. Catching my shirt. 45 rounds, these are just regular old ball ammo. I'm going to load a magazine. So what the courts found is that when cops shoot multiple rounds, it shows fear. And if you get into shooting as a civilian, you need to be able to articulate that fact and not say, yeah, I watched Rich Gore video and he told me empty that damn magazine in that son of a bitch and just shoot the shit out of him. That's not what I'm saying. Your answer needs to be, yeah, I shot multiple times because I was nervous, I was scared, I was fearful of my life, and I kept shooting until he dropped. And even if he dropped, he still had the ability to point and shoot a gun at me. That's another thing that comes up in cops a lot, is cops get in trouble for shooting guys on the ground. Well, you know what? The courts have ruled you can shoot a guy on the ground because he's still a threat. Just because I'm on the ground doesn't mean that I'm unable to shoot you or return fire. Boy, the wind's windy out here today. So I think I got 6 rounds in here. I'm going to show you 3 rounds of double tap. And if I was shooting at a target and I shot somebody and the guy didn't fall, this is what I would keep doing until he fell and I would reload or whatever. So this is what's called a 3 series of double taps. Okay, what we have here is a jam. Normally I would have cleared that, but I wanted to stop and show you. This gun did not eject. Okay, this is round. Now that could be a round issue, it could be a magazine issue, etc. This is what's called a stovepipe, some people will call it, where the round actually stopped and stayed in there. And the way to clear this is a quick way, is what's called a tap and rack. Oh, let me check my round here. I kind of got long here. All right, I'm at 13. Hopefully I can cover this. Maybe I'll do it too. So normally if a gun does this, what I want to do is tap and rack. I want to tap the magazine, make sure the magazine is seated properly, and then I'm going to rack this back and try to get that round out of there like so. Okay? So what exactly happened there wasn't a stovepipe to where it didn't eject a round. It ejected a round and failed to load. So that's a failure to feed. It failed to load the next round in. So it popped it out. I don't care about that round. In a crisis, I don't care. What's called a tap and rack, and we'll go over it more later, is you tap and you rack and you get back in a fight. So let's try this again. Double tap. Standing here, got a threat. Don't come any closer. Don't go for that gun. Don't go for that. Don't go for that gun. Don't go for that gun. Stop, drop. Another failure to feed. Got some issues here. Not good at all. I haven't shot this gun in a long time. I pulled it out of the safe. This is good training here, because I want to find this out now and not in a crisis. And since I've been carrying this gun, now I'm a little pissed because it shouldn't be doing this shit. It actually did a double feed here. Boy, that's a pretty, for any of you gun guys out there, that's a pretty good jam up there. For some reason, either the spring, it almost put that round straight up. And this is the first time I've shot these rounds too. These aren't the rounds I carry. I carry a hollow point. And these rounds have a little lip on them. I forgot the name of the brand. But it's got that kind of weird lip. So I need to put some regular hollow points through here and see. Alright, well, I'll clear this malfunction here anyway. Anyway, getting back to the double tap. And again, this right here, somebody's going to watch this and go, man, this guy, he's not got his guns or whatever. Hey, shit happens. You got to be able to adjust and rack and tap and do this. And the more you shoot your gun, if you got one gun, I've got 20 or 30 guns. So carrying one gun that you always carry and that's always with you stops things like this because you feel comfortable and you know the problems and you know the ammo. I'm pretty sure if I get my other ammo out here, my ball. Okay, I'm at 15. I got to end this. We'll do a part 2. I'll end it there.